Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Hey, it's George. Please subscribe and like them. Not many videos today. There will be 3 videos. There'll be of course a match reaction, 2 match reactions later tonight when Aston Villa take on World Soccer. There'll be a match reaction after that game and a match reaction after Tamworth against Macclesfield. But this is just talk about the National League today. There's been a couple of signings the last couple of days, and we're just gonna go through the National League really and talking about it because there's not long left until the season starts. Of course, the season starts a week on Saturday, so what are we on Tuesday? So there's probably about 10 or 11 days until the season does start. But let's get straight into it. So Hartlepool, we know they've been really busy this window and been getting in players. They have signed ex-Borough goalkeeper Fisher. I think he's a quality goalkeeper. I think he's played a couple of games for Middlesbrough, and I think he was really good. But Hartlepool United have signed goalkeeper Nathan Fisher on a free transfer. The 21-year-old who was released by Middlesbrough at the end of last season has signed a 1-year contract at Victoria Park with the option of a further year. I think that's a good signing. I think he's a really good goalkeeper, and people do say some nice stuff about him, that he's a good person, he's a quality goalkeeper, and so. Next up then, Woking signed ex-Gillingham defender Ogie. Don't really know much of him, but apparently he's a very good defender. In a National League club, Woking have signed former Gillingham defender Shedra Ogie on a 2-year contract. The 24-year-old 3-year stay at Gillingham came to an end earlier this summer when his contract expired. Woking director of football Geordie Brown told the club that former boss Defoe played a big part to try and get this player. So I think it's a good signing for them. Another one is John returns to Hartlepool on a 1-year contract. Cameron John has returned to Hartlepool United, signing a 1-year contract with the club options of a second year following a loan spell with the National League side last season. He's 20 years old. He, of course, played for York City. Of course, he left them. Of course, and I think that's another good signing for Hartlepool. I think they're getting the players in now, and they want to make the playoffs this season coming. They'll want to start the season strong as well with a good squad. Harrogate signed Middlesbrough defender Basbit. Now you say his name. Harrogate Town have signed Middlesbrough defender Archie Basbit for an undergoes fee on a 2-year deal. The 20-year-old joined Borough last June after coming through Spurs youngsters and make 1 championship appearance. To be honest, I think that's a good signing for them. I think he only made 1 appearance for Middlesbrough, but of course he was on loan at Rochdale, and I think he did well for Rochdale. Rochdale fans, said that he did well, so good signing there. Tamworth named Hollis as head of academy coaching then. This is interesting, because I think that's the news what came out earlier this week, towards the end of last week. Hayden Hollis has been named as Tamworth head of academy coaching. The 33-year-old has spent the past 2 seasons with the club as a player, helping Tamworth and their position in the National League following promotion at the end of 23-24 season. In his first campaign, Hollis was part of the side that reached the third round of the FA Cup in January 2025, taking on Premier League Tottenham Hotspur to extra time before losing 3-0. Hollis played in the English Football League with Notts County and Forest Green Rovers, and Tamworth said he will bring incredible experience and knowledge to our next generation. That I think Alcoa Hollis has scored 5 goals in 77 appearances for the club, and I think that's good for him. I think being a player and being ahead of them, we'll really see where we go with this. Another one was Warren becomes Solihull's 10th summer signing. Solihull have now signed 10 players this season. Well, they'll want a better season. Of course, they are Tamworth rivals, but they'll want a better season. I think they finished 14th last season, and of course they'll want a better season. Solihull have taken their number of summer signings into double figures by agreeing a deal for former Grimsby defender Tyree Warnham. The 27-year-old right back moves on a free transfer after leaving the Grimsby at the end of last season and becomes the 10th new arrival. Warren began his career on the books at Manchester United and was a regular in the youth teams at Old Trafford before getting his senior breakthrough at Boston United. After spells with FC Halifax and Barrow, he moved to Grimsby in the summer of 2024 and made 73 appearances in his 2 seasons, helping the club reach the League Two playoffs, in which they were beaten by Salford City. Warren is the 5th player to join Moors this month, following defender Jeffrey Mills, goalkeeper Nathan Ford, and midfielder Rio Sipton, and teenager striker Ben Woodcock. So really good signing for Solihull. So yeah, I think this really gets me now. I think this is a really good signing. Of course, I've known him when he played for Derby County, and he was good in the youth team. Boston signed former Derby County defender Jake Rooney. What a signing. Boston United have signed defender Jake Rooney after he was released by Derby County. The 22-year-old returns to the Chapman's Community Stadium, having made 16 appearances on loan from the Rams last season as the Pilgrims finished 12th in the National League. Yeah, I think that's a really good signing. I think that might be one of the best signings of this window, what we've seen in the National League so far. But yeah. Gateshead signed defender Robinson and striker Subke. Gateshead have signed defender Jack Robinson and New Zealand under-20 international striker Luke Subke. Former Middlesbrough man Robinson, 25, has signed a 1-year deal after missing the 25-26 season through injury. Subke, the 20-year-old, left A-League side Wellington at the end of last season and has signed a 2-year contract of scoring 3 times during his trial spell. So some good signings there. Horchurch re-signed keeper Nassaf from Wolves. I think Nassaf on a permanent deal from Wolves. I think that's a good signing for them. I think, of course, Horchurch, if they want to stay in this division, they probably need to make a couple more but yeah, I think yeah we'll have to wait and see. Just reading this. Forest Green signed Wickham's Berry on season loan. That's actually a good signing, that is. That's a really good signing. Of course, he's done well for Wickham. James Berry. You know, I think, I think that's a really good signing. And we'll see how he, of course, does. Just trying to think. Just trying to see who else. Solihull signed former West Brom midfielder Andrews. I think he was at Yeovil. That's a good signing. But yeah, there's a really couple of good signings this window. You know, National League is not far off, so there'll be loads of videos now, and you've seen that on my channel the last at least 2 or 3 weeks. There's been loads of videos. So today, of course, this video and tonight there'll be 2 match reactions. Then tomorrow I'm gonna try and post my championship official table. Then Thursday there'll be my Premier League early table, because Premier League don't start for 4 or 5 weeks. So of course a week before that I'll do my official, so my early table. There might be a couple of more videos out, but I've got videos planned at a minute what I'm gonna do. Friday there'll be of course there'll be probably League 2 table. Then Saturday, of course, there's a match reaction from the last Tamworth pre-season game when we taken Telford Saturday. Then yeah, and of course there'll be League 1 video at some point as well. Hopefully next week or something. Of course there'll be Cabiel Cup as well. Of course that starts next Saturday, so I'll do a video for that. And of course yeah, I'll be doing National League predictions as well. So let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.